Good morning. Thanks for joining me at Coffee with Kory. Hope you all had a wonderful Valentine's Day with the one that you love yesterday. Jossie and I didn't do anything over the top this year. She did remind me that we were in Florida last year for Valentine's Day and watching the sun go down over the Gulf, and that was special. But we will be there again next week. So next week when we get to have coffee together, actually, I'll be on a beach somewhere. So hopefully I'll find a good spot and we can have a little coffee together next week in the sunshine, which will be a little bit of a welcome change to the weather that we've had here in South Dakota this week. You know, speaking of Florida, I mentioned, I don't know, a month or two ago when I was there, I met Angie Blunt, a local photographer on the beach, and have since started following her page, and her pictures are amazing. There was one this last week of a dolphin like jumping clean out of the water. It's just, and I'm looking at these photos and I'm going, I'm in these exact places. How am I not seeing these exact things that she's able to capture on film? So it gives me a little bit of incentive to go out and see more cool stuff in Florida when we're there next week. So stay tuned for that on my social media. Hopefully I'll be able to get some good photos. I've got to touch on a Coffee with Kory coffee mug photo that Pam Scott sent me a few weeks ago. Actually, it was at Christmas, and it's a photo of Tim, my good buddy, and his dad Dale, and Dale's sister Tamara, who was visiting from Nashville. And I feel bad because number one, I don't think Pam even has a cup, and number two, like a typical mom, she was the one behind the camera anyway, so she's not in the photo. But it was great to get that photo, Pam, and I appreciate you sharing that with me. Anytime I can get any info on Tim, it's a good day for me. So, but speaking of Coffee with Kory mugs, we just got another shipment in. I know when we kicked that off on the 100th episode that we said, hey, you know, I think we gave away 100 mugs, and but I've had enough requests for mugs that we did get some more in. So if you'd like one, drop a comment. It did become a little bit of a project mailing those out. So would love to have you pick them up in our office if you would. That's where they're at, is at our front desk. But as long as people keep requesting them, you know, we've got the template now, so we can get them for anybody that wants one. I've got to touch on a few things that happened this week. I'm going to give a shout out to a random guy that I did not even get the name of. I purchased new running shoes this week. I was all excited to take them to the gym and got there early that morning, and there's a car there that I didn't recognize, and but none of my buddies that I work out with were there yet. Walk up to the door with my new shoes and realized that my key to get into the gym, I keep in my shoes. It was still in my old shoes. So there's a guy over, I can see him through the window, he's working out with the dumbbells, and I give him the old tap on the glass because I'm thinking, gosh, I could drive home and get the key, but there's a guy in there. He comes over, lets me in, kind of looks at me. I try to explain the story, I got new shoes, and he just turned around and walked away. But he did let me in. So thank you, random citizen at the gym. You made my morning that day, saved me a little bit of extra time, and I appreciate that very much. Also got a message from a good buddy, Jesse, this week, that he sent me a quote that I've heard, I've used before, but I really appreciate. And Jesse, when he sent it to me, he goes, I saw this today and I knew you'd appreciate it, and I did. It's Henry Ford. Whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. And man, that is so powerful and so true. It really, of course, speaks to the power of positive thinking. You know, if you go into a task feeling like you're going to accomplish it, it's a lot easier to get it done. And you know, conversely, you have those negative thoughts that it's not going to work out. Most often, it doesn't. So, you know, keep that positive mindset, everybody, Obviously it worked out pretty well for Henry Ford with the car business. So I appreciated you sharing that with me, Jesse. Thanks a lot. And I, eventually, as all of you guys, so many friends send me clips now and motivational things, and that fuels my week. I absolutely love it, and I really appreciate it. I'll touch on as many of them as I can when we all get together for coffee, but keep them coming, because it's those little things that just brighten your week, and I appreciate it a lot. So thanks for joining me at Coffee with Kory. I will see you next week in Florida, and hope to have you join me for Coffee with Kory then.